It's Christmas time and time for a carol.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, bitches.
So it's day 18, and it's been a couple of underwhelming days as far as the discovery goes, but you know what? I haven't lost faith in this box yet, so we'll see what this day holds for us as far as the bourbon in question. So day 18, let's see what we have to deal with. There's... So the low ones that are hard to get out. There's... Oh, Evan Williams. So if you've ever had Evan Williams before, it's typically regarded as a bottom shelf, like Kentucky Tavern level bourbon. It's not like the highest rated. It's not the highest rated bourbon on the market. However, they do make a single barrel, which gets a lot of good props. It gets a lot of medals. It typically finishes pretty high in the spirit competitions and that. This particular bottle is a single barrel 2010, bottled in 2018, which means that it's probably 8 years aged in a barrel. It's a 43.3% volume, which makes it an 86.6 proof, which is kind of an awkward proof, but nonetheless, it's hopefully going to be pretty smooth, especially for 8 years being aged. It should be rendered quite an easy drinking experience. So while I would never recommend or typically go out of my way to drink an Evan Williams product, which is actually a Heaven Hill product for those of you who don't know where it originates from, the single barrels are like the exception to the rule. I have a bottle in my collection on my other shelf, so I don't know if it's the same exact bottle, but that will be on a later review on this channel, so if you're interested in checking it out, stay tuned. In the meantime, we're going to be popping open this particular bottle right here and giving it a taste. It's about a medium-bodied amber color. I'm excited that it might be easy drinking compared to some of the spirits we've had recently, just on the merit of the fact that it's 8 years old. So let's pop it open and give it a try. So actually you get a lot of vanilla off of the nose. Not very rough at all. That's a good sign. Let's give it a taste, see what I find. Oh, it's nice and round. You do get a little bit of a burn on the aftertaste, but in general it's incredibly smooth. It's actually a little surprising given the origin of this particular bourbon, but again, it is pretty well reviewed. One of the reasons why I bought myself a 750 milliliter bottle of it was because I had heard that it was really, really well reviewed. Despite the tag on the label, you know, big things come in small packages, as they say. Yep, very smooth. Definitely get the vanilla on there. Tiny hint of oak, not a ton of smoke or anything like that. It is again, a very medium-bodied bourbon. I would almost rank it with like a Buffalo Trace or a Maker's 45, both of which we tasted out of this box here. It's not super hot, pretty easy to drink. It would be good for if you wanted to make a cocktail or if you just want to drink it neat around the rocks. Like, it's easygoing enough. It's not really bringing anything really remarkable to the table or like crazy flavor profile wise, but that's okay because you don't really expect that out of this particular brand. It's just a solid entry into your whiskey lexicon, as it were, and you know, I guess it deserves your respect. The standard Evan Williams is very much a bottom shelf bourbon, but it's not the worst. It's not like a Kentucky Tavern. And even actually, it's not as bad as even Rebel Yell. Not that they're bad, but like it's not as rugged, you know. So you're dealing with a pretty good lineage here. We don't get at least in my neck of the woods, like we don't get a whole lot of Heaven Hill products in New York State. Evan Williams is about the only one that we get. So if you're a big fan of Heaven Hill and what they bring to the table, it's a great way to taste their bourbon without going for the namesake bourbons. So, I guess I would recommend it. I do have a bottle in my collection. Maybe you should have one in yours as well. Like, it is kind of an oddity, but it's worth checking out. And some people might overlook it as, just a bottom shelf product, but you can get a bottle for around $23 to 20. I think 29 is the highest I've ever seen it, and it's not bad. It's pretty darn good. It's way cheaper than Buffalo Trace, and I would say about equal. So, check it out. It might be perfect for you. It's a 8-year bourbon for not a ton of money. So if you're looking for something with a really good age statement, maybe this is your guy right here. Mix it with some eggnog, settle up by the fire, and get cozy on a bearskin rug, and I'll see you next time. This has been day number 18 of Bourbon Bender's Advent Calendar review from Drinks by the Dram. Evan Williams, 8-year-old 2010 single barrel whiskey. Cheers, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow.